Hi, I want to start with a story. And this story then will lead in and look at how that helps us to understand some of the perspective that all of us face in our everyday life. Back in 1970, in the watch industry, the Swiss watchmakers controlled about 80% of the market. They were confident, they made a wonderful product, it was well respected in the world, it was a thing of beauty. And about that time, just after this, the digital age started to make its way into the watch industry with quartz and digital faces and such. And of course the watchmakers in Switzerland were aware of the burgeoning technology, but they didn't see it as a threat to what they were doing. They didn't see it as a watch. And in the 70s, in the early part of the 70s, the Swiss watch industry had a program where they would bring in young interns, top of their classes, and this was after graduation and right before they went to enter the marketplace, the workplace. And they would have an opportunity to work on anything they wanted. And in this particular year, these two people took a look at the burgeoning digital watch industry. And at the annual meeting, when everybody came, all the owners came together, they made their presentation and showed what this might be. The attendees in the audience were not impressed. They clapped as they would, the night ended, and they really dismissed these two people. They didn't give them an opportunity to go into work in the industry, and they left discouraged a little bit because they'd been turned down by the greatest force in the industry. And they ended up eventually in the United States, and they took a table at a trade conference where they presented their idea. Two of the people that attended the conference that saw them and became intrigued by what they were doing, one was called Texas Instruments and the other was Seiko. Those two companies within a half a dozen years would dominate the watch industry. By 1980, the Swiss industry only controlled 15% of the marketplace. What happened? What happened that allowed the leaders of a tremendous industry to lose their position? And if we think, oh, well, that happened a long time ago and that would never happen again, we're wrong if we think that. It happens all the time. This leads us to talk about something called paradigms. Right versus wrong paradigm is an example of one of the paradigms that somebody who is in authority is right because of that authority, and someone who is junior in an organization, or it's also seen in the parent-child relationship, that's part of the authoritarian paradigm, where the parent is right because they're the parent, the child is wrong if they disagree because they are the child. And the danger of this paradigm is that it can block us from being able to see other things that are going on around us. We see we're right, and so we continue to push our point of view, and the person that also shares the right-wrong paradigm may see themselves as being wrong, and therefore they don't stand up and present their ideas eloquently enough for them to be understood. This is one of the challenges that block us from being able to create the third mind. And it's one of the things that we gain a lot from if we can learn how to manage that. Now, what it is for us is to recognize when we're in a situation, if you're in a situation where you already know the topic, then it's easy to dismiss somebody that's coming with an idea. Just do one thing. Just pause for a moment and consider, Remember the analogy of the Coke can that we've talked about before. We see one side of it, and we think we know what this object looks like. But somebody on the other side will have a different point of view from their perspective. And if we can stop our paradigms, to have them stand down for a moment so that I can lean forward and I can listen to you and I can say, let me understand your perspective, your point of view. And if I can be not just going through the motions so that I look like I'm doing that, but really leaning in and listening, that changes everything. Now when the information is given, the person may feel more involved, more included, and feel more emboldened in sharing their point of view. And if I have let go of being right and made myself curious, then I can hear this new information, and now together we've created a third mind, and the resulting decisions will reflect that broader understanding of the point, and we will be able to come up with better decisions. Thanks for your time today.